I present to you La Dolce Vita. Hey guys, welcome to the Cool Factor. This is Mike and today I'm happy to review for you the newest Fiat 500. This is a creator expert set 10271 with 960 pieces. The pricing in the US is $90. You can see other prices somewhere here on the screen. Funny enough, this set was announced by Lego on I think the last day of February of 2020, which was the 29th. We have the leap year, and I think was the fastest turnaround to getting this guy on the shelves because it came out on March 1st, a day later. I picked it up the first day because I do love creator cars, and that mellow yellow, actually the cool yellow, but I like to call it the mellow yellow color, is really an eye catcher, and I think it looks great and stands out in the entire creator collection. So we're gonna take a deeper look into this set. We're gonna look at all the features and build techniques. I hope you guys will enjoy this review. Before we dive deeper, I want you guys to check out the links below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Likes, dislikes, you know how this works on YouTube. And I also do have a Patreon. If you do have a buck to spare, not much, not less than that, I would really appreciate it, but only if you already purchased that Millennium Falcon you've been saving for. So thank you for your support. Without further ado, let's jump into the review. Starting off with the box, you can see how beautiful of a shot it is. This also gets the painting that basically resembles the art of the box, and it's one of my favorite pieces of this set. We're gonna take a closer look on the actual piece in a second. You can see the Colosseum in Rome in the back, set number 10271, Fiat 500, 960 pieces. And the back of the box also shows some nice little street in Rome and all the features of the car like you would expect from any creator box. Now on to the manual. You can see it looks like a very old school Fiat catalog with lady enjoying the view through the open roof of the Fiat. I like this color actually, and what I like about the advertising of this set from Lego and the general design and aesthetics is that they did kind of pay homage to the era with advertising from Facebook and Twitter, like they showed classic Italian way of advertising a car. I'm gonna leave a link below if you want to check this one out, but it's very much worth seeing. And they also did kind of this old school timey design for the manual pages. The first page of the manual shows you all the logos of Fiat company through the ages. I remember this one especially because I think that was on the Polish Fiat 126p. That is very resembling of this car, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were closely connected when it comes to design. I have to research that, but that car, the 126p, was the car of my childhood and was cheap. Everybody was driving it. Even my friend had one, and it sounded like a lawnmower, like probably this Fiat does. I think they might even have the same engine. There is the history of the car in 3 languages. Here are different versions of the Fiat through the ages. I think the one in the set is the Fiat Nuova 500 version because it has a sticker on the back showcasing this model. But I'm wondering if this model is actually more resembling the set because it's so highlighted on the middle of the page, the Fiat 500F version, and I think one of the license plates actually states the year 1965, so that might be the case. The other page shows different models up to this day, when in 2015 they reintroduced the car to the market with a bit updated design. And I think one of the popular versions right now on the streets is the Fiat 500 Abarth, which is more like a little hot hatch rallycross version that's super small and super fast. La Dolce Vita is the credo of this car because it did represent this beautiful Italian worry-less life of the 50s, and the car was supposed to be the manifestation of that lifestyle. Here is a few words from the designer about the challenge to design this set. The designer from Lego is Pierre Normandin. He says a few words about the shapes and the colorfulness of the car. And just look at this Art Deco design of the manual pages, simply beautiful. I, for some reason, do enjoy those meticulously created manuals that just stand out against each other. First of all, the color of the car. I call it the mellow yellow. It has a nice ring to it, it sounds great, it looks great. Officially it's called the cool yellow. It was appearing in the newest Friends sets, I believe, but this is the first set that really uses this color in full capacity. as per Brickset's research, I think this car alone uses 40 new bricks in this color. I mean, you know, bricks used previously, but for the first time appearing in this mellow yellow called cool yellow color. And I think it's gonna stand out this way. If I had to describe the car, I think I would say that this is kind of like a washed out yellow. One of my stream viewers when I was building this car mentioned that it looks like a bleached yellow, like if you were to leave a full-on Lego yellow in the sun for like a week or something, that is the color you would come up with. It is something between a full yellow and the ever popular tan. So color stands out great. I think compared to other creator cars, it's gonna look very unique on the shelf, and I think that was a great decision from Lego to go that way. Plus it's kind of like a pastel color, you know, with the painting added to the set. That is a great resemblance to a color used by the painter. The car is very cute overall. It's a tiny car. Of course, it was supposed to be economical and great to drive and just easy to maintain and cheap to own and all things like that. It was resembling the Italian 50s in the most perfect way. Starting from the front, you can see the headlights and the print. That is one of the very few prints, I think that's actually the only one, for the Fiat logo from the 50s, 60s era. So you get one of those prints here, and also you get exactly the same print on the steering wheel. Here is a better shot to actually show you, and there is also an extra little dot as a spare piece, so you can save it and maybe use for a mini version of this model if you decide to build one. The hood opens up, revealing the spare tire, so you can actually grab it with both fingers. It's kind of like a hard to get, but there is a spare tire, and I think what only is in the front is the either coolant or washer fluid. I think it's either the washer fluid because the engine is in the back. What I do not certainly like about this piece of the car is that you can see the hood does not really close fully. There's a little gap that only comes from the tension of the bricks. That's because those slope pieces, the corner of the hood resides here, and what makes it, makes it a bit springy in this matter, so it doesn't fully close. I don't think it's fixable. I tried to push the bricks in, I tried to make sure everything is fitted properly, but still that little movement, that gap, is unfortunately visible. There is no real stud holding the hood in any capacity. Now I can honestly say that the building technique overall is decent, very good shaping when it comes to angled corners. You can see the car has a bit of an angle on this side and on the back part of the body of the upper chassis, because it's using a technique of hinges to create this slightly few degree of angle to not make the car look like a, well, rectangular brick. The wheel arches are using a single piece here. It's a pretty common wheel arch brick with some extra elements to cover more of the wheels, and the same technique was pretty much used in the back. Now for the doors. Here's what I don't like about this. Look how they open. Whoop! There is no limiter. I'm pretty sure there was not the case in the real car. I mean, it would be silly to just have the doors open like that. There is also not an easy way for the designer to implement any sort of limiter here. It would look silly to have something block the travel distance of the door. So you end up with something like this. Nothing to be too crazy about, but it's I think one of the very few flaws of the set that I do open this way. Once we are here, you can see the interior. And the interior has some nice details. Here you can see in the shot the sticker for the hole for the key and the radio. Just one sticker for the entire dashboard. The glove box, I think if there is any, is just a few pieces of mellow yellow slopes. And while we are at it, the sunroof, the cloth sunroof, I think is one of the most unique features of this car, both in the real and in the Lego version. It's basically a custom cut cloth piece that is residing on a piece of a simple Technic mechanism that's consisting just of a few bars right here. And well, it does work as pictured here in the camera. What I don't like about this, however, is that you kind of have to put your finger in order for the roof to retract properly. If you don't do so, it kind of makes this this weird shape, this roll up that doesn't look very good. So you have to like put your finger here and then close the roof so it retains the smallest silhouette. Now here is the coolest Easter egg for me, at least. The trunk / suitcase in the back has a few country flags and Poland is there. That's a great Easter egg for me. I'm so happy to see that there. There is also the flag of France. There is the Dutch flag. I think the D stands for Deutschland, which is the German symbol for usually used on cars. Italy. And on this side you can also spot Sweden and Switzerland. I'm not exactly sure what this one means, but maybe that's Luxembourg or some other place. Let me know in the comment section below. Speaking of license plates, we have TOFO 1965. I know that might be the production year of the car, but I'm not sure what TOFO means. So let me know in the comments as well. The other license plates we can use is DK10271, so that's the set number with DK. I'm not sure what that stands for. And the last one in white, PN 10271 set number, and PN Pierre Normandin, the set's designer. Also a little sticker showcasing the model of the car, Nuova 500. You would ask why the suitcase on the back? Well, because the car doesn't really have storage. The engine is in the back. It's I think 496 cubic inch engine, basically a lawnmower engine, but it's very much so very well detailed. I enjoyed that build quite a bit. All the elements, I'm not a mechanic, so I can't really name them all, but it's pretty detailed. And well, because the spare wheel is in the front, you gotta keep your vacation clothes in this trunk in the back. That's how it works in that car. You can also see stickers for ventilation. There is this arched window used for the second time, I think, in Lego. The first one we have seen that one in the Old Trafford Stadium set. And another thing I do not like about the back of the car is that the rear windshield doesn't really sit in place. It's like when you move the trunk, sometimes you may accidentally just move this, and I don't think it's a feature of the car. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it was supposed to be open, to be able to open that way. You can also see the stickers for the ventilation ports for the engine, and that is about it when it comes to the looks. Oh, we also have the silver rims for the wheels, so that's kind of a unique element, but I think we have seen that one before in Lego already. And of course, the last and my favorite part of the entire set is the painting by Bob Ross of the car. It's a really neat little piece of accessory. This tripod has a little leg, so it basically stands on its own. The whole plate with this beautiful sticker is sitting on two jumpers, as you can see, and the little palette with paints can be removed. This little, sorry, I kind of lost there's a little brush in the set as well. You can disassemble the whole thing, place it like that, and if you please so, you can put it in the car for a long trip to a picturesque place to paint your beautiful car in a mellow Italian setting. Oh, we have to of course travel with the painting once we're back, so there is still space for the driver, right? The car itself is very cute, has a nice selection of accessories with different license plates, and that little stand for the painting is simply marvelous. The suitcase is a very nice build with that Polish flag sticker. For me, it has a special value, and the car just looks so cute. And at this point in time, I would like to drive a classic Fiat 500. The Cinquecento, as they call it in Italian, would be a fun vehicle to drive, I believe. Now they do have the Abarth, they do have the newer 500s, but this one has the soul, and I think Lego captured this in this set pretty well. And we're gonna add a happy tree and a happy cloud, and this is done, molto bene. Very beautiful, like this review, I hope. Alright guys, that's gonna be it, that's all I had to say about this set. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, as always, links are below, subscription, likes, dislikes, Patreon, whatever you do to support me, I always appreciate it, to the end of the world and a day further. And well, I do like this set, as you can tell from this review. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. And also you can check out those videos, I think there's here or here somewhere, that I make on kind of a regular basis now. So check those out and support me in any way you can. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Ciao.